Yes. No worries. Thanks for turning up. Just going to be a quick run through the work breakdown structure for the dog park. I've had a few issues with my sheet. I've done it the second time. I ended up losing it. So yeah, that wasn't fun. Still work in progress, but I am getting there. I'll just share my resources. Everyone say that? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I just got the project managers, the supervisors, plant operators, engineers, your landscapers, your fencer, your plumber. I have a carpenter in there for the building structures of the shade houses and whatever. I've just put them under as a work type as far as personnel and tradesmen go. Material, I've kept it simple. I didn't want to break it down too much and just sort of load everything up and make it more confusing. Basic plumbing material, which covers all your pipe work, sprinklers, all your water, feed pipes, all that. I mean, if you break it all down, you'd end up with hundreds and hundreds. Every fitting and bottle of glue and everything. So basically all the plumbing, park benches, still determining where they're going to be. They'll be prefabbed, more than likely. When they come to site, they'll be made ready to go straight in.
Mm-hmm.
Same as the fountains. They'll already be just a matter of installation. All the plants, extra soil that's going to be required, trees, turf, mulch for the gardens, gates. I've just kept the gates as a single as the gates rather than list every single gate that was going to be used on site. The synthetic rubber, or there's another name for it, I couldn't think what it was called, for on the ground. Sorry?
Is it the rubber soft fall?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah. Just shade cloth, timber, rocks, fencing. That's under like all the materials for the fencing. Then we come down to our machinery. I've got a loader. Still uncertain if we'll need a loader there full time. I think the loader will only be required at the initial start for clearing and removal of waste. Then I think after that, the Bobcat or the skid steer can probably handle the rest of it after that. Frenner, that'll be there just for main heavy lifts, that's all. That'll be a contractor that's just brought in. Won't be required full time. Water truck, we'll have the grader there. Cement trucks as required. We just brought in, bring the cement in at the time it's required. Small dump truck for moving the materials around the site, the soil and other materials. Compactor, telehandler, that'll be widely used for various jobs. Small excavator for trench digging. Then as far as rooms goes, we'll have a site office, temp site office on site, crib room for everyone. We'll have site toilets, wheelie bins, and then we'll also have the temporary signage and the temporary fencing at the start of the project until the full fencing goes up. Is there anything in there you think I could add or remove?
Do you have a site supervisor for the soft landscaping? Jenny Keck?
I'm using
David Foley?
Yes. He's my supervisor on site.
Okay.
And I haven't got him in there, have I?
But you've got it,
Oh,
you've
yes,
got him listed as a site supervisor, but I feel like there is a mention of Jenny Keck in there for, like, they've separated the two site supervisors, like one's for hard landscaping. And I feel that David is obviously probably more of the superior out of the two. He seems to be heading up the whole project, and Jenny Keck is coming in to look after the soft landscaping. So I don't know if that might need to be considered.
Yep. No, I could do that.
Do you have your bins in there? Sorry, I can't actually see down the bottom of the screen.
I've only got the wheelie bins just for on site. I haven't got any skip bins.
You actually need your bins for your enclosed dog areas as well. And I think there might be a couple displayed around the perimeter of the park itself. Just for general waste, it might be 3 general waste bins and then 2 bins for the enclosures.
No worries. Yeah, I'll add them, the closed dog area bins, and also I'll have to add a couple of skip bins for the construction as well. But I only had them wheelie bins just for around the side office and crib room and that. So yeah, but we'll need the permanent bins, and like I said, also the skip bins, which I've missed off.
Something that I was looking at there, Simon, maybe is just a little flatbed for moving stuff around and going to pick stuff up and that, you know. Noticed the and the other one, just the cost around the grader and the size of it for that area. Would that be practical, or would you be better off using the skid steer for everything?
The grader won't be there full time. The grader's only going to be utilised at the start for main earthworks.
Yep.
Yeah, and then then it'll be off site once the main earthworks and levelling's all done, like rough trim and final trim. Then yes, the other little bobcat and the excavator will handle the rest of it.
Copy.
Do you have your site traffic control in there as well? You can always utilise a couple of labourers to take care of that as well, but it might not be in their field of like knowing exactly how to set up the traffic control system correctly.
Yeah, I have got temp signage was a part of that. I didn't believe we needed traffic control there full time. I mean, 90% of the time they're just going to be sitting there doing nothing except looking at their signs.
Of course, I was thinking maybe more for just the initial setup and then take down. It definitely would be a waste of the budget to have them there the whole time.
Yeah, no, I think I had the signage there. I mean, obviously we'll initiate them to come and do all the signage on the roadway. And then, I mean, if we've got days where we're pouring concrete and there's going to be a lot of trucks coming in and out non-stop, then we could have them there for that day, just to initiate when as required basis, basically. Yeah. Yep. All happy with that one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Okay, now just please, you're going to have to bear with me and disregard the time schedules, as this is what I was having issues with. But I hope got it broken down. It's close, but we're looking at starting on the 1st of July and completing the project on the 23rd. But I've just still got to go through and automate my days yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, just at the start, we've got our project initiation to develop our charter, stakeholders. We'll hold a main scope meeting, get our approvals and perform all our site inductions. So I'd like to get all the site inductions done with everyone's going to be on site for the whole project. Once they're completed in one hit, I realise there's going to be the odd ones here and there that come and go. It'll have to be done at a later date to just jot it in. But for all the main personnel that's going to be on site for the whole project, we plan on doing that on one day. So that'll be like theory side, and then I'll walk over the site as well. Then we come to our planning and designing. We'll do a topographical survey, do any soil testing that's required, layout plans, designs, go through the fencing design. I probably could have reworded this different. Design fencing, I mean the designs are done. It's just a matter of basically going through them with everyone so that everyone agrees on them and there's no hiccups. Same with the shelter structures, pathways and parking, and obtaining our permits, make sure we've got all our permits, construction, environmental, go through the landscaping plan, our amenities, and then do a status report, and that's from 1.1, 1.2. That's my first milestone of hopefully having all that completed by that date. Then we go into our procurement, basically selecting our suppliers, materials for everything, equipment rental, and as I said there earlier, inductions of anyone that's coming in onto site. We've just got to squeeze that in as well. Just not working on the site full time. Site preparation, hold a site meeting with everyone in regards to doing the site prep. Fencing all goes up, the dividers, we start clearing, rough grading, fine grading, drainage trenches, drainage pipes will go in before any other earthworks takes place, and the catch basins for the draining pipes. And then basically come onto our construction with our shelters, seats, fountains, pathways, parking area, all the electrical infrastructure, light fixtures, signage, and we'll have the signage mounted as well. Then we have our landscaping, all our trenches for the pipes, lines and valves, all your sprinklers, control systems, all the post holes excavated, posts and wire all goes in. Any weeds that are going to be in the vicinity of the garden beds and them areas will be removed. There shouldn't be much. Any soil that needs amending, replacing. Like layout of the plants, they all go in, prepare all the soil for turf, lay the turf. That's basically the landscaping side. Then we'll do our quality assurance and testing, do all the safety inspections across the site, functionality testing to make sure it's going to be fit for purpose, make sure all our environmental standards are up to scratch, and all the test results will need to be all documented to be handed over. And then we basically come to our project closure. So it'll just, it'll be just a clean up of the site, all final inspections. We'll hold a lessons learned meeting to go through any hiccups we've had and how we can improve in the future. Then, hand over all documentation. Then I'll then complete a project completion report, and hopefully all going well, we get sponsor acceptance and hand over of the park to them. Let's go back up here to the start. Yeah, like I said, dates, I've still got to go through them. I did work it out. I think was working on, I think it's close to 120 days.
Yep.
All up, yeah. Like I said, it's not an over big project. This could have been stretched out a lot more, but I believe if you start doing that, it just gets too messy and too confusing for everyone.
Yeah.
So I just try to keep it to the basics of what we'd like to achieve in them timeframes.
I would maybe just double check the spec because I'm not sure that we're actually installing any lights at the park. Not yet anyway, as per the original specifications.
Yep. Yep, no worries. I thought I'd seen them there, but I could be wrong. Lighting. In scope, check. Yep.
It otherwise looks great, Simon. I think you've captured a lot. With your procurement, would you be relying on your site supervisor for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Well, I mean, develop with a procurement plan. I mean, that's something we'd both go through ourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as the supplies and ordering all the materials, yeah, that'll all be through the supervisor.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I've actually got the set up waste stations in there, and I didn't put it in the other list.
And so your irrigation falls under install main lines and valves and then install sprinkler heads, isn't it?
Yep.
You can potentially roll that into irrigation instead of taking up another day, but totally up to you.
Yeah.
I think the irrigation is going to take probably a lot longer than 2 days. Just how big the scope of work is for land for the irrigation. It's quite a bit of work involved, isn't it? But I think you've actually got some of your trenches in other sections, which would form part of the irrigation as well, wouldn't it? Because that would be where all your pipes are being laid. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And when you do, a lot of the pipes have been laid for the drainage. There'll be main lines run through them as well in them same trenches. Yeah. Yeah. There should be very little. There's obviously going to be a few main trenches that'll need to be dug, but most of them it'll just be the small off branches for the retec itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, days, I've still got to change a few of the days around that's on it. So
yeah, of course,
because it's still a little bit up the creek at the moment. Yeah.
No, all good. Yeah, it looks great. Once you've gone through your days, it might even bring your end milestone forward a little bit, just so you've got a bit of a buffer.
Yeah, yeah, because we're sort of working right on the limit.
Yeah,
they haven't finished. So
it's a pretty tight schedule. So
it is.
you know, there's only so many weeks that we have to work with.
Yeah. And this is the issue too. Like when it comes to weather, you've only got to get 1 or 2 weeks of really bad weather.
Exactly.
And it can set you back a long way.
Yeah.
So especially coming into winter at the start.
Well,
of
we're
it.
working in the thick of winter, isn't it? So when the project starts, it'll
Yeah. You know, and you're trying to have machinery on site when it's wet and boggy and soft and so. But hopefully, but like I said, once I redo these dates and days,
it'll come together nicely.
It will come together nicely, hopefully. Yep.
Yeah, good work.
All righty. Nothing else?
Not from mine. Good, mate. It's pretty comprehensive.
No worries. Thanks very much. I'll make note of them few adjustments and have them put into it, and we'll go from there.
Incredible. All right. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thanks. Thanks for attending. See ya.